So this is my next little project. These have turned up. So my plan is to get that to here using this. And there's the foreman's just arrived to double check my work. Say hello, Missy. Hello. I ordered the 2-meter kit, but looking at my door and where it's going to fit, we have an arch there. That arch is about 1.6, 1.7 meters. So I've worked to the pretest. We're going to have the door overhang ever so slightly if it's fully open, and I might try and make the rail just kiss that arch, and that'll be as far as we take the door. So we shall see how we go with that. So what that'll mean is I'll probably have to take the angle grinder and cut off a part of this length so that it'll fit, but I'll measure that up and get that correct. And hopefully, looking at the way they've got the first hole's about 8 inches away from the end, so I've done a quick measurement and I think I'll need about 8 inches from this hole, which makes it quite convenient. So we'll lose a hole, but it'll still look nice and uniform, hopefully. So if that works, that'll be good. So, top tip, always double check your measurements. Dry fit things if you can, just to prove a point. The height of the door on the floor, I've propped it up ever so slightly on a little bit of cardboard just to make sure that it's not on the floor. And if you go by their measurements of the height of the door, excuse the thing, just putting something down, plus 43 millimeters, and if you can see the ruler, but the top of the ruler is 43 millimeters above the door. That's where I'm supposed to put my next anchor point, according to them. So that just proves a case in point. So what I've done is I'm working on the premise that this rail is going to go as near as, damn it, there. So it actually is going to sit flush with the top of this. Here will be the top of this rail. That will let the back part of this wheel run along there and sit on the door. So I'm going to have to make my own measurements for holes here on the door because I can't trust their measurements being correct. But I shall double check and see, but I might have to adapt them ever so slightly. So what that means is that where each of these fittings are going in here, I'm going to have to drill a big enough hole to allow the spacer to actually drop into the hole. If you can imagine going in but effectively sitting on the wall like this. So it just means I'm going to have to measure that distance, find a drill and drill in, and then put the anchor into the wall itself. So I might have to do definitely 2, and the third I think will be around here somewhere. So it always goes to show, double check, and even then sometimes I still get it wrong. So, but I'm glad I double checked this time. Right, so here we go. Let's see if we can hang the door. Okay. I'm going to put the rail level with the top of this because I've worked out if I have the rail, put the pencil away, if I put that flush with that and sit this on here, the back of this misses the thing by about just over 1/4 of an inch, 10 mil, something like that. So that's fine. But after a lot of messing around, I've decided that none of the measurements in the instructions actually suit my predicament, so I'm having to do it all by eye, and work it all out myself. Right, that's just getting a measurement and allowing for the thickness of the rail. And when it comes across here, I don't want the rail to stick out past the curve of the wall. So as this rail is, when it gets plugged together, will be 2 meters long, I'm going to have to cut it. And then what I should do is turn it round and put the cut end against the wall over there, so we have the nice pretty end still showing at this side. But I'm going to have to cut this down to size, so it was 1680 millimeters, and obviously 2 meters is 2000, so I've got to have to knock a few off. So back in a minute. Safety glasses. Those of you who've noticed, the guard is off because I've bought these discs, and for some unknown reason they don't fit in this guard by about 5 millimeters. So as soon as the disc wears down a bit, I shall be putting the guard back on. But in the meantime, I need to do this, so I'm afraid it will just have to be. There we go, all done. Well, good morning everybody. Yeah, you might notice a bit of a costume change. Yesterday, just after I did my fireworks display, we had a bit of a crisis call from the daughter saying she can't start her car. And as you do as parents, you have to go and help, so we had to dash off and help and see if we could sort something out. As it turns out, not a lot we could do, so hopefully she's having somebody come in to look at it today. And now that we're back home, we've had a little lie-in because it's Saturday and you're allowed to lie in on Saturday. We shall crack on and hopefully we can get this door done, as it's one of those jobs that seems simple on paper and has proven to be otherwise. So we shall crack on. Got a nice sawn off edge. I'm going to put that to the wall so that we get the nice pretty edge hopefully at the other side. So I'm going to clamp this up and see where we can get our level so I can mark off my holes. Right, just stopped for a juice break. Had to clean out the vacuum cleaner because it stopped working. It doesn't like brick dust by the looks of it, so I had to clean and wash out all the filters. So I thought I'd take a well-earned break because it's hot in here. I think I've got the heating still on. Well, it's on, but it's not doing anything. So, cheers, everybody. Ah. Dulux diamond paint, great for scrubbing after you've messed it up. Expensive, but worth every penny. Success, rails up and it's level. Well done, Simon. Right, I think I might have a pause, finish off my juice, and then we'll see about lining up the door and seeing where we go from there. Okay. Right, juice break over. As you can see, I've just popped the door here. I've actually propped the door up on some bits of cardboard and stuff. I've raised the door up about 4 or 5 millimeters off the floor, and I've leveled it because you've got to fit this on the floor, and it will run in a little slot in the door to stop the door flapping about in the breeze down below. So I've had to allow for the thickness of this off our floor, which is hard laminate flooring. And obviously I'll be screwing that down through that, but had to allow a little bit of a gap. Plus I need to level the door up so it's level with the bar, so that when I can do put the wheels on, I can now line up where I want the wheels in relation to distance on the door. Top tip, everybody, don't forget to put the bumper stopper on the end if you've got a wall. I forgot and I had to take the rail off again, well just this part, so I could put the bumper stopper on. So I've put the door roughly where I want it. I'm going to line it up with this edge of the frame. So now I can work out where's the best place to put the bumper stopper and the wheel. I think I'm going to try and put them in the middle of this kind of panel edging. And if you can see that, hang on. So I'll bring it up, I'll try and locate it in there. There's the bumper stopper. So I shall do that. I've got the door at the height that I'd like, so I shall just get that in the middle, and then I shall put both, mark them up, drill some holes. I shall do that down in the garage, and I'm also going to mark up and attempt to cut the hole that's needed for the slot in the bottom of the door. So I shall see you in a moment when I've marked up, and then we'll go down the garage and we'll do some cutting. As you can see, there's nothing to these doors, I'm afraid. Cheap and cheerful. go for the big guns as all the batteries are flat. Well, it's great when you've got the right equipment. Right, so here we go for the acid test. Let's just, well, there we go. The door's finally up and running, and been a bit of a pain, but there you go. A couple of bits were my fault, not paying attention to the instructions once I realised that the instructions were meaningless to how I was fitting it, but obviously some bits made sense at the time, so I'll just show you. Door's running nice and free. Basically I put these on backwards, so the wheel was bumping on these when it was on the back of the rail. So I did that, and then obviously the hole that I'd already made for the smaller part, now I had to make it bigger for the bigger part to sit in. So I've done that and tidied it up, and funnily enough it runs nice and smooth now. Got the stoppers on the end, so when she gets to the end, it just stops. Oh, that door's there. So yeah, so I've just got the handle to put on, and then that will do for now. Okay, well, now I've charged up the battery a little bit more to get a little bit going. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, and that helps YouTube's algorithms. so that I can be found by other people. And if you haven't and you would like to do so, please subscribe so that any other crazy content that I put up, you'll get notified if you ding the little bell. Okay, we've got a couple of other little things that we've thought about since, so we'll probably do a little update video at some point, just to show the kind of finished product, because it still needs a coat of paint or two and a little repair on the other side, and we'll take it as that for now. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.